And greetings to you, music lovers, thrill seekers, conversationalists all across the fruited plain. Great to have you here, back at it, middle of the week. Hump Day. El Rushmo behind the golden EIB microphone. Telephone number, if you want to be on the program, 800-282-2882. Email address, lrushmo@eibnet.com. For those of you who have finally begun to watch, or maybe you have watched it, the Netflix documentary, The Making of a Murderer. The governor of Wisconsin, Scott Walker, has announced he is not going to pardon the guilty. Not going to happen. It's a state issue. Obama can't do it. Scott Walker, the governor, has 200,000 people have signed petitions. They think the cops framed the two guys. Look, I don't want to talk too much about it because people who haven't seen it are finally getting spurred into action to watch this thing. And so I mean, you can Google to find out the answer to this thing. It's years old, the events in this thing. But I don't want to be responsible for spoilers. But the governor has just said, hey, I'm not pardoning these guys. I'm not responding to any of this. They were found guilty in Wisconsin courts of law by Wisconsin juries, and that's it. We're not going to respond. He didn't. I'm using my words. He didn't say what I'm saying here, but the upshot is that all this petition signing isn't going to have any effect. I'm standing up, he says, for our criminal system, judicial system here in Wisconsin. At the root of this case is the people signing these petitions because of this documentary, because of the way it was put together. They believe the cops planted the evidence that convicted Stephen Avery. And I'll tell you what I think. I think they may have in a couple of instances, but not because they thought he wasn't guilty. I think they thought he was guilty, and they didn't want him slithering away. But I mean, I'm not trying to impugn anybody by saying this either. Planted evidence by no means would be a first. But that, aside from colorful descriptions of this thing, which I could offer, I'm not going to get too much more into the content until a whole much more people have seen this. It's an amazing. When I first started watching this, are you kidding me? People have become addicted to this? I mean, do you have the same reaction, Brian? When the first 30 minutes, are you kidding me? And I said, okay, there must be a reason to stick with it. So I stuck with it here. And after about, second or third episode, I figured I was fully immersed in it. It just kind of snuck up on me. But if you would have told me that I would have invested 10 hours to watch this thing based on the first 30 minutes of it, I would have told you that I have lost my mind. Have you watched it, Dawn? Do you even know how to watch Netflix? Okay. Well, just checking. You can't dial in Netflix on your cable system or your satellite, so you've got to know. Just check.